Hi everyone, it's me, Miss Branch, the art teacher, here with lesson 2 of quarter 4. And I got an idea from watching the other videos, and I saw a ladybug, and I said, "Oh, I can make some ladybugs." So what you're gonna need is your stack of colorful paper, a piece of white paper, your scissors, glue, and your black marker. All right, so let me go ahead and switch my camera so that we can get started. All right, here we go. All right, so we have a ladybug collage, and we get to make a ladybug, and we watch some videos on ladybugs. So now what I need to do is get started. So we're going to make the dirt first. So in your stack of paper, find your brown. There we go. And we're going to put that down first. And you can go ahead and get your green out, because we're going to need our green next to make the grass. All right, so with my brown, I can just cut a little bit off the top. I'm just going to make a wavy line off the top, because, you know, the ground is not exactly flat. And it doesn't have to be too wavy, just a little bumpy. All right, so now that's just going to get glued to the bottom of my paper. So, of course, not a lot, just a dot, a dab of glue will do. And I'm going to put a bunch of dots because this is a kind of a big piece of paper. So 1, 2, and remember, don't put it at the very edge, because if you put it at the very edge, then when you flip it, it'll squirt out and get everywhere. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'll put 9, 10, 11. Interesting. All right, so that's good enough. And I'm going to take it and carefully line it up at the bottom of my paper and rub. Oh, I slid it off when I was rubbing. Rubbed a little too hard. There we go. So now I have my dirt. So the next thing I'm going to do is make some grass with the green. And all I'm going to do is just cut some wavy lines coming up. So I'm just going to cut. And this time I'm not going to fold the paper because they don't have to be even. And I don't want them even. And also, when you get to the top, you want to cut, if you don't cut it straight, you want to just cut it like a little bit off to make it kind of pointy like grass is. Because grass grows up and it grows into like a little skinny triangle at the top. So I'm going to cut the next one. And this time when I get to the top, I'm going to come in close so I make it skinny at the top like real grass. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start here. I'm going to cut close this way. That way, when I come down. So then, oh, well, that's interesting. I could keep doing that way. I thought I was going to have to switch this time. And I'm starting off close and getting larger at the bottom. Well, this one kind of looks weird. So now I'm going to go ahead and start out a little wide. And then cut and come in close at the top. And start at the bottom. Yeah, there we go. Close. Wide. Wide. Close. Close. And you can cut all the paper, or if you feel like you have enough blades of grass, then you can stop. But I'm gonna just keep going because I only have a little bit of paper left. So I'm just gonna keep making my grass. I'm gonna check this way because it was getting wider. And I'll just cut a little bit off right here so it get pointy like grass. And even these little pieces, I'll just put them in. They could be like little pieces of grass starting to poke its way through the dirt. Now I get to put the grass all over the dirt part on my paper. So let's see. I'm going to take one and put a little dot at the bottom and maybe a dot in the middle and near the top. And then I'm going to just flip it over and rub a little bit. And it sticks. Lift my camera up just a little higher. There we go. So we can get all of the paper in the screen. And so then, and you can just randomly put them somewhere. And you know what? I'm just going to use a little bit of glue at the nozzle because this is a skinny piece and I don't need too much glue. Yeah. And they don't all have to be in a line. They can be down here at the bottom. They can be up here at the edge. Totally up to you where you're going to place your grass. And so and they don't have to be straight. Well, of course, they're not going to be straight because we didn't cut them straight because we wanted it to look more like real grass. That dot's kind of big. If you make a big dot, you can always just take your finger and share that dot. And since I still have some more on my finger, I'm just going to use this on my finger on the next piece. And just keep going and put them all in. They can crisscross. They don't have to be in a row because grass goes all over the place. Again, just let a little bit come out the nozzle and just touch the nozzle in about 3 drops of grass. 3 drops of glue to put on your grass. And there we go. Let's see. So my grass is looking pretty thick and I still have a lot left over. So you can use all of your grass or you don't have to. I'm going to go ahead and use these little pieces. There's a little bit of glue right there. I'm going to just use that glue right there. Actually, move it just a little bit. Okay, I moved it too much. Now it's not working. So there we go. So a little piece of grass popping up. And this really thick, skinny piece. I'll go ahead and put that on. All right. So you can use them all or you don't have to use them all. If you feel like your paper looks pretty good without them, then you don't have to put them all on your paper. You can just put the rest in your scrap bag for another project for later. All right. So now we got to make some ladybugs. And I'm going to get my red paper. Now, ladybugs, there are over 5,000 different types of ladybugs. And they're not all red. Some of them are yellow and orange and blues and greens and purple. I think that's like, I saw a picture of a purple one and browns. But you can, I'm just going to stick with red. But you can make your ladybug any color that you want because ladybugs come in so many different colors. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to fold this in half because I don't need this whole piece of paper. And I don't need all, I'm going to fold this in half again. You know what? I'll go ahead and cut that line. And then I'm going to fold it in half again. And that's a good ladybug size. So now I'm going to cut that line. Now, I did 3, but if you want to do more than 3, you can do 4, or you can even use both pieces and put 8 if you want to. You can make them tiny and do like 20. That's a lot of ladybugs. That's a lot of work. So I'm just going to stop right here at 3. Even though I got this extra one left, I'm just going to do 3. So now I have to turn these into ovals. And to do that for my ladybug shape, I could do them all at one time because I put them in a stack. And remember back when we did our shape gator project and we cut off the corners? So I'm just going to cut off the corner and turn it and cut off the corner and turn it, cut off the corner, turn it. And right now I have an octagon because it's 8-sided shape, but now I'm going to go and nibble each of these corners so that I can turn it into an oval just by gently taking little tiny bites out with my scissors. And now I have my oval. So I'm going to scoop up all my little scraps. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in my scrap bag out of the way. Now, you get to decide where do you want your ladybugs. But before we can do that, we've got to make ladybug heads. So I got the black piece of paper for to make the ladybug's head. And of course, we don't need all of this. So I'm going to cut it. And we don't need all of this. So I'm going to fold it in half again. And cut the line. And we don't need all of this because ladybug's heads aren't that big. I'm going to fold it in half one more time. And so then I'm going to cut it. And then I'm going to fold it in half. I'm not sure if I need all, I know I don't need all of this, but I was wondering if I do that, the heads might be too small. So I'm going to just go ahead and fold this in half and then make the head out of this. And of course, I could cut the lines already. So there's 2 lines. And then cut this line. And since I'm only doing 3 ladybugs, I don't need this piece. I'm going to put that off to the side. So now I'm going to cut the corners like I did for the body. And you know what? I'm not going to cut the back part. I'm just going to nibble, 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 and nibble. And so now I have kind of like an oval or an arch. It looks like the top of my thumb. So an arch shape. And so now, let me move these out the way. I'm going to take my 3 ladybug bodies. And I'm going to place a dot of glue at the top of each one. 1, 2, 3. And so now I'm going to put the head on. And it's going to stick off. So when I flip it over, you can see the ladybug's head. So I'll put it on, rub a little bit, and it sticks. Rub a little bit, and it sticks. And while it's drying, I can go ahead and get my black marker. And I'm going to draw a line down the middle of each one so that you can see where the 2 wings are. This is the hard shell that covers their wings. And then I'm going to make some dots. And you can put as many or as few on as you want. So this one I did 6. I think I'll just do 2 on this one. Maybe 3. And then I'll just do some dots. All right. So there I have my ladybugs and they have their spots on their back. So I'm gonna flip them over and I'm gonna add a couple of dots of glue. 1, 2, I think I'll do 4, so a few. And then I'm gonna decide this one's gonna be climbing up this blade of grass. We'll put that one right there. And this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one will be down at the bottom in the dirt. And then this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, dragged some glue, made like a smile. I had the bottle of glue upside down too long, so it just leaked on out. Now, if you would like to, you can take your marker and draw some ladybug legs. And ladybugs are insects, so they only have 6 legs. So you only need to do 6. 3 on each side. And we have our ladybug collage. So let me go ahead and switch my pen. So yes, as an artist, you can get ideas from looking at something else. So like I said, we looked at those videos and I saw a ladybug and it gave me the idea. I've never done a ladybug project. Let's do a ladybug. And so we have a ladybug in grass in their natural habitat. So like we're getting ideas from nature. So that is another cool thing about this ladybug collage we just did. And we got to make the grass look realistic and we got to make the ladybugs look realistic, even though we made them out of paper. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.